During World War II 1945, knitting became a powerful act of patriotism for Americans, particularly women. As the war raged on, millions of women, children, and even men in allied countries wielded their knitting needles as weapons of war. It was more than a hobby. It was a way to support the troops and provide comfort. Here's some key points about women hand knitting for men during the war. Home front effort. On the home front, knitting was a major preoccupation. The November 24, 1941 cover story of Life magazine explained how to knit. Despite the efficiency of machine knitting, hand knitters produced garments for soldiers. A volunteer group called Citizens for the Army and Navy campaigned to get 1 million standard Army sweaters by Christmas. After the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, more Americans picked up their needles to knit socks, mufflers, and sweaters for American soldiers. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt effectively launched the World War II knitting effort. She was often photographed knitting for the war effort or carrying her voluminous knitting bag. Knitting provided warmth for the soldiers and therapeutic distraction for the knitters. Friendly hand of the nation. Knitting was emblematic of what General Dwight Eisenhower called the friendly hand of this nation, reaching across the sea to sustain its fighting men. Whether on the bus, during factory work, or between nursing shifts, idle hands turned to service as Americans knit for victory. Previous experience. Many of the earliest knitters during World War II had knit for victory as children or young adults during World War I. Knitting was a natural response to war, providing both practical warmth and emotional comfort. Other relief efforts. Before Pearl Harbor, Americans had already been knitting and preparing care packages for besieged Londoners through initiatives like Bundles for Britain. Other efforts and committees followed, including American French War Relief, Finnish Relief, Polish Women's Relief Committee, and a bit for Belgium. In summary, knitting was a vital part of the war effort, connecting people at home with soldiers on the front lines. It symbolized care, support, and resilience during challenging times.